Level up your listening with Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra earbuds and headphones with immersive sound and world-class noise cancellation for a not-so-silent night. Visit Bose.com/Spotify to shop sound that's more than a present.
Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. I just finished recording some videos and then plan on redoing some gaming videos. There's a lot of videos I need to do, but for those that were, if you hadn't seen yet, my documentary Recovery is officially available on YouTube. I've posted it pretty much everywhere on social media. I think, I posted on Instagram. Posted on my Facebook. I posted it everywhere I possibly could. I think it's just starting off slow right now. I don't think everybody is like really prepared for me to upload an hour and a half documentary about myself. I wasn't even expecting it to be an hour and a half. Like, I honestly thought it was gonna be less than that. But I overall had a lot to talk about. And so for those that are wondering, it is now available. Check it out on my main channel, TMossBoss. And just get the full details of the past 8 years for me. But anyways, welcome to another relationship advice episode. They got a thing called relaxing music. I should listen to some relaxing music. I need some relaxing music. But anyways, let's start off with the first story. My wife baby trapped me. Oh, wow. Let's see what this one's about. So I put he goes on to say, I put baby trap in quotation marks because I'm not sure what she did is actually the definition of baby trap. She didn't have a kid to make me stay just against my will. Huh. It's kind of weird. But anyways, so my wife and I have been together for 8 years. We have a little girl and a baby boy. I love both of them more than anything, and I finally feel like I have everything: a beautiful wife, 2 healthy kids, a great career, and a big house. The token quote-unquote American dream minus the dog. I'm allergic. Dang, that's messed up. When people tell me that they're allergic to like animals that's like, they don't even deserve to be allergic to, that's messed up. A dog out, if anything's like, they need to come out with like some allergy medicine to where people can be around dogs and stuff, because that's just messed up. You be seeing how like happy dogs are and stuff, and then they rock up on a person, they're like, oh, I can't pet this dog, I got allergies, and then that dog's head, they're all like, I'm not a good boy, like why is they not petting me? But anyways, so continuing on with this story, I got a little sidetracked with him being allergic to dogs. But when we talked about kids before, my wife always said she wanted 2. I always wanted 1. It would be easier, and we have more money for vacations and stuff. But my wife maintained it's important for a child to have a sibling. I grew up with 4 and my wife with none, so I guess I understand where she's coming from. I don't know, like I wouldn't necessarily say that if he's trying to say that that's like baby trap them and things, like, it's just like I agree, like, kid, like, when I've talked to people that's an only child, they seem to, like, to me, they seem like they got like a lot of friends and stuff. So that's why I'm like, I feel like that does affect a person. I know it's affected me where I'm like, I love my sister and things, but I kind of wish I don't wish anything bad against her, but I wish that the both of us would have had like another sibling, a little brother or somebody and stuff. I wish I wasn't the youngest. So overall, but no, the middle kids don't be getting no love though. I see those memes. I be seeing them jokes and stuff. So anyways, so what he goes on to say, after our son and getting through the baby years and sleepless nights for the second time, I didn't want to ever go through that again. Both kids were very fussy and colicky. What is that? I know that's not that word. I know I didn't say that word right, but colicky, I think that's Colicky. I don't know how to say that word, but I'd spell it out. But anyways, when he was a year old, my wife began casually mentioning a third. I would laugh it off, but finally she sat me down and said, we have to have a third. I said no, we agreed on 2, but she said she wanted 4, and 3 is the compromise. I refuse And I said I wanted one and we have two. She got angry and called me selfish for taking away her dream of wanting a big family. Huh. So, this this looks even crazy. So, anyways, he said a couple of days later, she apologized and we had sex. I noticed her drive increase exponentially, but so did mine, and I was happy to engage her. She was on birth control. I had a condom. It was all good. Thinking back on it, I probably should have figured something was up, but I was barely handling two little kids and work on top of housework and yard work and everything. I came home from work one day while the kids were at their grandparents'. My wife had a huge smile on her face and she sat me down and showed me a positive pregnancy test. Literally dancing in joy. Dang. That is, wow. I feel like you are already kind of baby trapped. Like, bro, you just gotta, like, mentally prepare yourself. Like, I don't know, like, me, if it comes down to where, I don't know. Like, I can settle with two kids, but overall, like, I'm not going to tear down the fact of having a big family. I honestly wouldn't care. Like, me, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm saying it now, but most likely I don't know what the future holds for me. But if I have a big family, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of somewhat mentally prepared for it. But at the same time, I'm like, dang, like, nights where I'm not being able to sleep, I already don't sleep. So I'm like, yo, if I need to, I'll record some videos or freaking play some video games or something if it comes down to it and things. But yeah, I'm not going to tear down the fact of having a big family. So he goes on to say, my first thought was, he said a curse word, so I ain't gonna read what his thought was, but it's, I'll give you a hint. They use it in the term where they say when something hits the fan. So he said, oh, and then that word, and so on. But anyways, I try to keep it PG for you guys. But my wife noticed a less than happy expression on my face and started screaming at me. She berated me for not being supportive, and this was a miracle from God, and I should be grateful. I said I was sorry and hugged her, and I said I was super excited for the baby. My wife was delighted, and later that night she was calling all her family and friends, happily telling them the news. When she was talking about the nursery and how will convert my office and how will I was like, what is he saying? But how will I ain't lost my place. Convert my office into a room. I started to get a little suspicious. Everything was so well thought out, and it seemed like she'd been planning this for a while. Yeah, I'm like, bro, you're not baby trapped. You already had two kids. Like, if you have more, then you have more. But you were baby trapped the first child. So yeah, it's like if you don't want to leave her and things, and it's like, yeah, it's just be prepared to just have a big family and stuff. Like, overall, I don't see that being a problem. Like, it's she wanted to, I don't know. Like, I don't have no room to have like an opinion on this. I don't have no kids myself. But overall, like, yeah, bro, don't crap. Like, she has dreams too, and it's like, you settled for two, but the wife wants more. Like, just, I don't know. Like, this situation can go both ways. Like, I don't know. Me, I won't crap on the fact of having a big family, but I just can't do it. But anyways, reading on what she's so when she was asleep. Well done, she was okay. So when she was asleep, I took the condoms out of the cupboard and ran them under water holes, and oh wow, she put holes in the condom. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, she was determined. She straight set you up. That is so. He goes on to say, I nabbed her phone and she saw she'd set a password. I was like, what? But anyway, that was odd. Nevertheless, my wife has a terrible memory, so I tried her birthday and it opened. Further up were texts with her best friend of my wife complaining how I wouldn't come around. Her references suggested arrange an accident with a winky face. My wife agreed and said she was going to come off birth control. It went on for a little while, ending with my wife saying that, yes, we were going to have a third. Wow. That is crazy. That is crazy. She straight set him up. Like, see, nah, now I'm like, okay, like, no, that's not cool. You can't be doing that to a person and things where it's like, if I said I didn't and then you set me up to where we are, like, no, that's not cool. Like, I would expect the person, like, I don't know, try to explain to me why, and I will try my hardest to accept it. But if I can't, then overall, like, I'm cool with settling down with just 2 kids. But yeah, I'm like, that's not cool where you do some stuff like that. That's not cool. So so this it looks like it's getting even crazier. So I woke her up immediately and asked her if this had really been a miracle. She got the deer in headlights look and burst into tears. She wailed and then she got angry. Through the tears, she screamed, and I had no right to go through her phone. And it's her choice whether or not she wants to take birth control. The side effects are bad, and she was sick. She also brought up if I really didn't want a 3rd kid, I should have had a vasectomy. She told me to go sleep on the couch. I laughed out loud and said, "No, I'm sleeping here. You're leaving." So he's all like, "Nah, it ain't going down like that. I ain't did nothing wrong here." He's like, "You set me up. You go sleep on the couch." So he goes on to say, so while wailing, she packed a bag and left to her parents. When she called the next day, I told her I just need some time to myself. She said that's fine, but I need to come around for our child. I told her I wasn't sure if it'd be our child, or she cried more. I told her I wasn't sure if it'd be our child, and she cried more. Yeah, don't, look, man, I understand you're upset, but don't say, like, smart, petty comments like that. Like, that's what I'm like, yeah, I just, like, you need time to yourself. Don't set yourself up for an argument. You don't know how that comment could have went down. So, yeah, I'm like, look, for people out there, you know, when you say some stuff like that you need time to yourself, just leave it at that, okay? Don't say no comments. Just keep saying that. If they try to engage into an argument, just be like, I need time to myself. Doesn't matter what they say. They call somebody that's really important to you out their name, like a mom or a dad or somebody, then maybe say something. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's something I'm like, you know, yeah, come on, I guess, yeah, do what you want to do, but then just go to your room and then just, you know, don't say nothing and things. But yeah, it's like, come on, man. But anyways, so he goes on to say, it's been 2 weeks since then. Governments recommend to stay at home, and I knew staying home by myself while also working with 2 kids would not be ideal, and she wanted to see her kids. So we're in the same house. She constantly keeps on stopping me and trying to get me excited for our kid and playing the nursery and names and how happy our kids will be to get a younger sibling. I've been ignoring her entirely. What do I do? Staying home with her is bad enough, and I don't know if I should leave her over this. I don't trust her anymore. She entirely betrayed me. I'm angry, but I have another child on the way. I wouldn't necessarily say leave her, but definitely I would be like, you know, whenever this kid is crying at night, that's on you. Like, I'm overall going to be a parent, but, you know, usually I don't know. Like, that's the thing. I am going to be in this kid's life, but I'm like, just know, I'm like, your mom set me up to have you and stuff. Like, I don't know. You shouldn't maybe tell that to a kid, but I wouldn't even know how to go about that. Like, if I was like, if I had it in my mind, because I don't know, I don't really have that in my mind, but if I did, to where I wanted just 2 kids, but then she set me up to where I had 3, I'm like, why would you do something like that? Like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, the trust would be lost with her, but I'm like, you know, besides that, yeah, I definitely would be like, you know, you definitely gonna have to gain that trust back, because that's not cool where you set somebody up like that just because you want, you know, your dream family. Like, I want a dream family too, but like, if I'm settled with 2 kids, like, or if I'm cool with 2 kids, just let me be cool with 2 kids. Like, if I come around to where I do want 3, then yeah, like, I, you know, or 4, however many, I'm like, okay then. But yeah, I'm like, you know, it's, I don't know. Maybe she's seeing it from a point of view where it's like, you're like, she's the one that's going to be giving birth and things. You don't really have to do much. But, I mean, besides, yeah, of course, taking care of the kid when, you know, the kid is born and stuff. But, and that seemed like what mainly he didn't want to go through all over again. So, bro, look, I recommend getting some coffee. Find, like, some, like, sugar-free or caffeine-free or whatever type of Red Bulls you can find that's good for you. Get something that's going to boost your energy, bro, because it sounds like, you know, you stuck in this, but I wouldn't necessarily leave her. Why would they lock this thread though? I'm like, somebody was like, they said it'd be a 100% deal breaker for me. The lying, the manipulation, and leveraging your kids. Not going back from that. Then somebody was all like, the person that made this post, he was like, but what do I do? I'm stuck in the house with her. Kids have noticed I'm ignoring her. She won't leave me alone. Then somebody said, you had to make it through the quarantine, obviously. Maybe you could just use this time to start making arrangements for how you'll proceed with the divorce. Contact your lawyer. Look, dang, they really setting this man up to say, like, I don't know, like, I don't want, like, the man to get divorced, but dang. She planned to, then he goes on to say, I don't think she planned to tell me. I guess she's thinking if I did find out I love the kid too much to think any differently. I just don't know what to do. I hate being stuck in the house with her. Kids will start to ask why I won't talk to mommy, and I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm so mad at her, but I can't leave two toddlers for her to wrangle. Yeah, I'm like, I definitely probably, after this, I just be all like, nah, like, the sex game is limited. Like, I'm like, no, you hide condoms from her. And then you think she going for the cupboard poked hole condoms. Like, no, you going for the ones that you pulled out your back pocket. And you're all like, surprised you didn't, John. But this, that's something I do. I'm like, nah, she gonna be petty like that, and then try to lure me into some stuff like that again. I'm like, no, I'm keeping one in my pocket at all time. And she's all like, she trying to hand them to me. I'm like, I don't need those ones. Pull out the I wear sweats and stuff, so I'll pull out the side pocket or the front pockets and things, and then just be like, I got my own. I don't need them hold poke condoms and stuff. Or, well, I don't know, maybe test them out, but then it might ruin it. I don't know. I don't even know, bro. Like, that's what I'm like, it's like, that's what I'm like, you try to like test it out prior beforehand, then she's like she's realizing like you don't trust her and stuff. Like, I definitely would talk to her and things. But it's like just ignoring her and stuff. Like, like talk it out, see how it goes. I wish this guy was like, I wish this, because they be doing these throwaway accounts. I'm like, bro, like, you gotta go and create. Oh, he's gotten it's like you gotta like create an actual account so then we know and we could come back. Like, this stuff, these things need to be like in a YouTube series. Like, I'm seriously, I should just like come up with like a series of just giving out relationship advice. Like, I might have to turn this into a TV show one day just to see where things go, because I'm saying, like, I be wanting to know these things, like how they go about, and I'm like, man, you just don't know after, and it's like it's messed up. But anyways, next one. My boyfriend wants to see me through, though he was exposed to coronavirus and his dad also has coronavirus. I feel bad, but I don't want to be sick. Oh, yeah. I definitely be all like, nah, bro, you got the virus, all right? Like, what people calling it was like, you got that Rona. So, I'm like, nah. I'm like, they ain't gonna go down. Like, if I was dating somebody and she had the coronavirus and she was like, oh, I want to see you, I'm like, no. I'm like, first let me order this hazmat suit. How much do hazmat suits cost right now? Suits for sale. $4,000 for a hat. Oh, that got like some like backpack. Dang, these hazmat suits. There's like one on eBay for $12.99. Then there's like there's one that costs $500. The other one costs $600. This one costs $99. That ain't bad. Hazmat suits on Amazon. How much would that cost with the mask? $78. That ain't bad. Oh, they got like other ones. Oh yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, I'll go to Amazon. Get me a hazmat suit and stuff, and be like, oh yeah, we can hang out, but I'm just gonna be wearing this hazmat suit and stuff. But that's like, nah, it's like, you got the coronavirus. I don't want to have nothing like that. So therefore, I'm like, no, you have to stay home. Like, that's what I'm like, I don't know why it's like people be trying to get others exposed to this. And I'm like, I don't think you realize like how crazy this thing is. Like, it can kill, it has killed people. Okay, so, but no, let's read this. So she goes on to say, my boyfriend and I have been together for more than a year. He lives at home while I live in an apartment alone. My boyfriend is exposed to the coronavirus last Friday while playing Monopoly with his friends. One of his friends is sick. Then this Tuesday, his dad was confirmed with coronavirus. He lives with his parents, and they share the same kitchen and bathroom. They also rotating walk. They also rotating walk their dog. Now he had to self-isolate himself at home. He said he felt depressed and anxious. It's ironic because when the outbreak started, he said I read too much news and I was overreacting. He wants to see me next Friday if he doesn't feel sick, which is not even 14 days after he was exposed. Plus, I don't know how good his family are at keeping things separately since they share the same bathroom. I told him that I wanted to see him, but I can't let him come. I live alone, and my family are thousands of miles away. If I get sick and no one is to take care of me, I send his family masks and told him if they need help with groceries and stuff, I can, but I just don't want to be sick. Am I being selfish or cruel? I know it must be very hard for him mentally. I feel the same too. Then she goes on and like gives like a brief summary thingy, and then she goes on to say at the very end, thanks all the comments. I just feel really bad. I know this coronavirus thing is scary, but I told him that he should not see me until his dad is clear or he's not sick and tested negative. Although he's still a little upset. He says he understands. Yeah, if he understands, I'm like, as long as you understand. But I'm like, yeah, I'm like, if you're sick, your dad has a coronavirus, y'all need to stay indoors until you guys are not like, until you guys are coronavirus free. But I'm not going to get myself sick. So, so you can have your needs be satisfied and stuff. I'm like, nah. It's like, that's what I'm like, see, that's what I'm like, I got to date a girl that plays video games. I'm like, we could play Call of Duty. I could be your, be your duo partner in Fortnite. Or we can, I don't know, like play Grand Theft Auto or something. We can like play video games in separate homes, but we can't be in the same home if either I or you have the coronavirus. Like, see, here's the thing. And I thought about that to myself, like, dang, what if I had it and I was dating somebody? Like, I would tell them, I would be so with it to tell them that, like, hey, I can't see you right now. Like, for your safety, for everybody else's safety, I cannot see you right now. Because if I have, me having this, like, no, I can't put you at risk and things. Like, that's how much I care. I'm like, nah, I can't put you at risk if I have something like this, we need to be separated and things. So, definitely would just be like, yeah, can't see you and stuff. But, it's like, I can't be mad. Like, that's overall, like, that's not me and stuff. So, yeah, I definitely would be like, it's just, I have to self-isolate, and then when I feel better, then we can hang out, freaking do whatever and stuff, play freaking Call of Duty in the same house and things, but just can't see you right now. Then the next one is like, had a dream about my wife cheating. Huh. Let's read this one. So he goes on to say, last night I had a dream about my wife cheating. I woke up earlier than her, and I was fuming initially. Obviously, I understood it was only a dream, so I put coffee on. When she came downstairs, I jokingly asked her why she cheated on me. Her face instantly dropped, and she asked how I knew. Whoa. Oh, that is rough. Oh, man, I definitely would, like, if she didn't follow it up with, like, a just joking, because I definitely have been like, wait a minute, what? And then, if she didn't follow it up with a just joking, I definitely have been, like, throughout this whole, like, coronavirus, like, outbreak, I definitely have been looking for a divorce lawyer. I'm like, that's messed up. So, he said, my heart dropped and I felt it rapidly beating. I finished getting ready for work, left without saying anything to her. I go to work and now I'm writing this. She had been calling and texting me nonstop. I don't know what to do. Dang, it's like you should have maybe said like my wife cheated on me and stuff. Like that's the one thing that we need to get clear and out the way. Like that is, man. So he goes on and says, edit, I answered her calls and listened to her. She told me it happened a handful of times and that it started at her work when she had delivered some supplies to her office and just kind of went from there. She went over to his apartment with full intentions on having sex, and that's what happened. I didn't let her finish. I hung up after that. We have no children. We only rent. I just had my hours cut and wages reduced to low oil prices. COVID-19 hasn't hurt as much as oil. I'm chasing out my PTO, then skipping town. My life is a lie. Dang. That's messed up. Yeah, I definitely divorce her. I would. Yeah, I'm like, that's pretty messed up. Where it's like, you have a dream. It's like, it's crazy how like things work out like that, where it's like you have a dream and you just thinking you cracking a joke, but really, like, it's good. It's like, in a way, it's good that you had that dream, because now that you know what kind of wife you was married to, like, now it's time for you to put yourself back out on the market. Yeah, that's not cool, man. That's definitely not cool. Yeah, I definitely would divorce her. I don't know if he left any comments or anything. So somebody replied to the saying, if you can, pick up the phone next time she calls and ask her to explain herself. You shouldn't try to argue, just listen. When she's done, you can hang up and take some time to think about everything she said. She'll be digging her own grave, and you'll get a chance to know what's been going on behind your back. Then somebody's like, this, answer, let her explain, don't say anything, give yourself time to process it before you make a move. Try to record her if you can, if it's legal. Yeah, it's like people, they're all like giving her a chance. Why? We don't live in the 15th century. Quarantine, like, I don't even know what they're talking about there. I'm like, yeah, they're all like, they're saying time to, I'm like, somebody's like, time to leave, sail towards hopefully smoother seas. Yeah, it's, dang, that's just messed up, man. Like, I feel for you on that. Well, I mean, it ain't never happened to me, but I'm like, it's like to feel that pain. I'm like, yeah, it's, feel heartbroken. I'm like, yeah, it's well, not too long ago. But anyways, yeah, that's messed up. That is messed up. I definitely recommend, after all this coronavirus stuff is over with, probably be best, I don't know. It's like, overall, like, I probably would have left, maybe would have tried to work things out in the future, to where it's like, if that trust can't be there anymore, then overall I would just try my hardest to like, okay, like, remain friends, all that stuff, blah blah blah. But yeah, I don't know where my mind would have been at the time. That's something I'm like, I just hope I never have to deal with. So yeah, good luck, man. It's like, you do give her a chance, then you're a better person than me. I don't know. Part of me would be like, give her a chance, but at the same time, I'm like, you do something like that, and it's like, you don't even try to like sit down and talk. That's what I'm like, people need to like explain themselves beforehand before they do some stuff like that. Like, if I'm doing something that's making you upset, or it's making you feel alone, or any of that stuff, then let me know. Like, I'm not trying to figure it out by me having a dream of you cheating on me, and then you end up telling me that you actually did cheat on me, and I don't even know what I did. If it's the work schedule, that's what I'm like, that's why I was like, when I watched that TV show Cheaters, and then they're all like, you're never home, you're always working. Do you want a roof over your head, or do you want a cardboard box over your head? That's what I'm like, when I be hearing stuff like that, I'm like, I can't help it that I'm working, okay? I can't help it because I need money in my bank account, all right? I would love to stay home every single day, but overall, I can't. I have to work. So that's why I'm like, you can't hold that over my head. It's me working. That's like the one thing about that TV show that I hated. Every time there's like somebody's like, oh, you're always working and stuff. You're always working. Well, sorry for me being a career person. I don't want to stay at home and be cheating like you and stuff. So yeah, maybe see what she has to say. I'm gonna save this just in case he does a second edit and stuff. But yeah, that's messed up. That's seriously messed up. And this one, it was kind of like the last one. Rejected my trans friend, and he told everyone I'm transphobic. I just don't understand. I'm like, now it's like, you gotta that's where there's like some like transgender people out there that's like, oh no, like, now that I've changed into this different person, people have no choice but to accept me, otherwise they're gonna be transphobic. No, I just have a preference. I'm sorry that you're not in that preference, but I'm not going to I wouldn't feel bad. I wouldn't feel bad at all. If one of my friends did some stuff like that and they made a move on me, I let them know, like, I'm not being transphobic, but I'm not into you. So overall, like, yeah, Like, I'm sorry, but, it's like, you there's something like that. I'm like, I don't know. It's something that I just, don't really do. Like, I don't know. Not to sound rude, it's no disrespect to people. Like I said, like the last time I talked about like a transgender person and things for this relationship advice, I said, and I quote that I will be friends with transgender people, but to date them, no. That's something that I just can't do. That's something I'm like, no, like, and I'm not trying to, like, this is the best way I can say it, and hopefully people don't take it as being rude. I need to date someone that was born a woman. Not mentally born a woman, but physically born a woman. They have women parts, okay? They deal with the same things women deal with. They didn't have to get no surgeries or take pills to become a woman. No, they was born mentally and physically a woman, okay? So yeah, I'm like, it's stuff like that. I'm like, you ain't being transphobic, it's just who you are as a person. But anyways, so the person says, my childhood friend had developed deep feelings for me because I helped and supported him through his transition. I'm not going to lie, I feel like I led him on because I'm an affectionate person, so I hugged and kissed him on the cheek plenty of times. A few days ago, he confessed how he felt and asked to go on a date with me. I gently said no because I like biological men. Didn't tell him that, that's like, yeah, it's, I don't know, like, but that's overall how you feel. That's how I feel. Like, I like biological women. I like women that's, born a woman and stuff. So, and then it's like, I seen him as a friend. He was crushed, and he immediately told our friend group I was transphobic. Wow. I'm like, all that support that I didn't give you during this transition, that you're going to turn around and tell our friends that I'm trans. That's just like the type of stuff where I confront a person. I seriously confront a person and things. Like, I'm like, so all that help and support that I gave you, and you're going to turn around and talk to my friends behind my back saying that I'm transphobic because I don't want to overall be, like, no, that's, see, I'm a face-to-face confrontation type person. And I feel like they would, like, most likely lead me into some trial. I definitely had to, like, leg swipe them or something. I'm like, no, like, you ain't putting that on my head. Like, no. I just, like, I think I would have been honest, like, right then and there. If you're gonna, like, talk behind my back, then you deserve to know the truth. I overall like people that was born, like, of their actual, like, gender. Like, not, when I was a kid or when I was like 9 years old, I started, thinking that I was a woman, this and that, blah, 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 or it's the other way around. I was like, I was a man, blah, blah. Like, no, you were born a man. You was born a woman, okay? The only way it can, like, in my eyes, I feel like, I don't know, it's just like, the only way in my eyes it'll work out is if you're born a woman. If you was all like, well, when I was this age, and that's when I realized I was a woman. No. Like, it's no disrespect to your transition. Do what you want to do in your life. But overall, that's something that I'm just like, I'm not with it to a certain extent. Like this person, I'll support the person during the whole transition. I'll tell them things like, if it was like a female friend that had came up to me and was all like, talking about being a man and stuff, I'll support them. I'm like, this is what men do. This is like men just like, when you go to the men's restroom and then you go to one of not the toilet itself, but they don't call it a porta potty, but the pee toilets. Like, I can't even think of the name. I don't know why. It's like, I always forget the name, but then it's like when I see it, like when I'm actually there in front of it, then I'll remember the name. So maybe I need to start when I'm doing an episode like this where I'm talking about a bathroom, and I need to like overall like be there to see it and things. But no, but I'm all like, that's one thing men do. They don't stand next to each other when there's multiple of these like toilet pee toilets and stuff. You have to stand at a distance, okay? Stand at a distance, and just my own preference, don't make noises when you're on the toilet, okay? Like, I tell them everything they need to know about being a male, but yeah, but if it was like a male friend of mine that was being a woman, like, yeah, I'll support them and things, but I'm just like, no, that whole like gaining film, like, none of that stuff, like, it just can't work. And then it's like to go behind my friend's back and tell them transphobic. That's why I had to confront that friend and be like, no. It's like, what made you, like, whatever gave you that idea that I had liked you? Or they like, it's like, I ain't like have no feelings for you when you were a male. We makes you think because you become a woman I'm gonna have feelings for you. I'm like, no, I'm like, it doesn't work like that. So yeah, definitely would have to confront that person. But anyways, they say, like, I just gotten so carried away. It's just full on ranting and stuff. But anyways, transphobic. I've gotten tons of messages and calls from my friends asking what happened and how cruel I was. Even his mother messaged me saying he came to her crying. I don't know what to do. I care for him so much and I hate seeing him upset like this. I find him handsome, so should I try and date him? He looks exactly like a biological man. I feel really guilty. You know what? No, because I gotta say, you shouldn't feel guilty because they put it over your head. Wait a minute, hold on. You shouldn't feel guilty because they made you feel guilty. If you have feelings for this person, go for it. But if you don't, then tell them you was not being cruel. You are not transphobic. Yeah, that's how you spell it. Because they always have that like red line underneath transphobic, and I'm like, did I misspell it? Like, I don't think I did, but it's like, you know what you like, and that's all that should matter. It's like, if they're going to be cruel and talk to your friends behind your back and make up something that's not true, they should be the one feeling guilty. Comment, send. Yeah, because I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to feel, they should be the one feeling guilty. You going around telling people stuff that ain't true, like, because I turned you down, therefore I'm transphobic. That's like if every girl turned me down, I told them they were racist. It ain't true, though. Like, that's why I'm like, I'm friends with you. Like, that's why I think people, they don't understand what being transphobic means. Like, when a transgender person, they think that they could just openly just say that word whenever. Like, no. If I looked you in your face and say, I don't like you because you used to be a man and now you're a woman, then that's being transphobic. But if if I supported you throughout this whole transition and I'm still friends with you till this day, that's not being transphobic. You can't be somewhat transphobic. You're either transphobic or not. So, like, and just, like, even putting this situation as, like, the example that I use, you can't be somewhat racist. You either are racist or you're not racist. You have to choose. And I'm pretty sure this girl ain't transphobic, so, therefore, she's not transphobic. It's like, people be one that, like, go and place these, like, and I'm like, man, I'm like, some people, I'm like, y'all need to chill with all this. It was like, you're going to be doing that to people. You shouldn't have transitioned in the first place. Like, I'm sorry. But it's just like, no, when people do stuff like that, and I'm like, man, what, like, why? That's the whole reason why you wanted to transition. So you can overall, like, tell people they're being transphobic when they don't want to be with you and stuff. Like, man, get out of here. But, or now, woman, get out of here. But anyways, next one. This one looks like really crazy. I don't do this. So there's like two. The first one, let me just read. But no, I want to read this this NSFW one. My partner of 7 years won't address her vaginimus. What is that? I need to see this one first. I feel like I shouldn't really Google this. Is a condition involving a muscle spasm in the pelvic. Oh, so she got like muscle spasms down there. Huh. Causes fear of pain. Huh. And he said that she won't address it. Well, probably embarrassed. Like, I had to Google that. I'm like, man, I thought I was going to see something gross. Like, I didn't know what I was expecting when I Googled that. I'm actually going to leave it because I'm like, nah, something don't seem right there. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, nah, you know what? I'm not going to look at that one. Like, that one, I'm like, I might see something that I don't want to see in things. But anyways, My ex called me up crying about the man she left me for, saying he left her. Should I tell her to kick rocks and that is karma for cheating on me with this man, or should I be the bigger person and be there to help? Be there to help. Overall, like, you are, like, it's like, overall, like, that's crossed your mind. You are being the bigger person and stuff. Like, you or yeah, it's like, it's upsetting that, she cheated on you and left him for like the, or yeah, left you for him. But yeah, overall, like, show her. I should comment that if this one's still, can I still comment on this one? Is it locked? Cool, it ain't locked. Show her that you are the bigger person. But if you want to take her back, that is your choice. Yeah, show her that you're, like, you are the bigger person, but and take her to, like, that be your choice. Also, dang, what else can I say? Like, I want to say more and stuff. Like, show her that you are the bigger person, but if you want to take her back, that is your choice. But overall, help her and show her that you was the right choice from the start. Yeah, show her that you're the right choice from the start. Like, she cheated on you or she left, well, yeah, she did cheat on him, but she left you for him thinking that it was going to be good, not realizing that karma got her. So, what can I say? So, yeah, help her and also make her realize that you was the better choice. Comment send. Because now I'm like, you just gotta flex on people. You gotta do that sometimes. Like, so something like that happens to me and then she come back crying and stuff. I'm gonna massively flex on her. Hardcore, straight up. Like, I'm like, no, they like, y'all gotta understand. Like, when something like that happens, you have to go above and beyond. And then make them realize that they were wrong from the start, that they shouldn't have done that. Because that, you show them how much of a good person that you are. Oh my goodness, that it will eat them up inside that they did that to you, that they hurt you that way and stuff. That's going to forever be in their mind. So if you do take her back, a part of you has to, like, also, like, yeah, take her back, continue the relationship, all that stuff. But a part of you has to flex on her. You have to show her that you were the better choice from the start. Her leaving you for this other guy, like, now look where that unlet her. Called you up crying and stuff. So, yeah. I actually, I want to read what he had to say and things. Because, yeah, it looked pretty interesting. So, yes, it's just like the title says, but I figure I'd give it a little bit more context. My ex and I were together for 11 years. Wow. 11 years, and I caught her cheating on me. She had been sexting multiple guys. She cried and promised she never talked to him again. I forgave her. Whole year went by after that, and I found that she was cheating on me again, but this time going out and having sex with other people and being one with other people, one being, let's just call him Peter, so I left. Over the next year and a half, we would talk to each other sometimes. I would never ask about Peter because I didn't care, because it was none of my business. All I knew is that he lived in New Jersey and that he lived in New Jersey and that we lived in Rhode Island. Oh, I forgot to mention that he is married and he was cheating on his wife with my ex. Dang. My ex and my best friend. My ex was. I was like, dang, she cheating on you with your best friend too. I'm like, no, take that back. Don't date her and stuff. But anyways, my ex was my best friend, and so it's very hard when she left because I had no one really to talk to that knew me. But during that time, I picked myself up, got my own place, made new friends, and got into a really good spot in life again. So my ex calls me yesterday crying. She told me for the past 6 or so months she had been depressed and saying she wants to give up. I guess Peter only comes by once a month, and every time he does, he's just a prick. She has lived her life around his schedule apparently for the whole time. They've gone from talking every day to now talking once or twice a week. My ex seems to think that Peter wants to get back with his ex-wife. Peter has now blocked her on everything and will not return any of her messages. Should I really give I'm not going to say the word, but he said he said poop, but he used the more explicit version and things. So should I really give a poop about what these two are going through? These two poop bags took everything from me, my life, my home, my pets. Oh dang, she took it all. I'm not that kind of person to turn somebody down when they're in trouble because I have a big heart, and that usually gets me pushed over. I care enough about her to not want her to hurt herself. If that's the case, then be there for her and stuff, because you don't really want to come back or to get a message or like a call one day saying she done killed herself or something. So definitely be there for her. Definitely be there for her and stuff. And then the next one, there's like two interesting ones. One's like, the quarantine and coronavirus has made me see my husband in a new light. Then the next one, my boyfriend doesn't want to post provocative pictures but follow Instagram models who post even worse. I don't know. I don't know about this last one. I'll read them both. Let's just go ahead and read them both. So I'm sure I realized this. Just starting off with the quarantine, the wife has seen her husband in a new way, but she goes on to say, I'm sure I would have realized this eventually, but the current situation has made these problems more obvious. I married my husband 4 months ago. Since being married, I've caught him lying about finances and being authoritative about how he spends his money on whatever he wants, regardless of what I think. Also, he's he got money issues. So he raises his voice when I question why he hasn't put money in our savings while spending at least $1,000 a month on whatever non-necessities. I have no idea on how much he makes. I don't need to control him, but his spending habits are alarming. Oh, he sounds like there's this old TV show called Martin, and there's this character on there named Tommy. Throughout the whole duration of that show, you did not know where Tommy worked at. They spent one episode trying to figure out where he worked, and they could not figure it out. They couldn't figure it out. He had like a girlfriend on that show, his close friends, the main star. He wasn't even the main star of the show, but they had focused on that numerous times where they were trying to figure out what he did for a living. It even got to the point where he offered one of his friends on the show a job, and he didn't even know what he did. He showed it was seriously like, watch the TV show called Martin. That's all it's called. It's just called Martin, starring Martin Lawrence, Tisha Campbell, I think the one guy, Cole, his name is Carl Payne, Tanika Arnold. It's a really, really funny show. But throughout the whole duration of that show, they did not figure out once. I honestly think Tommy was a drug dealer, but they were trying to say he was a social worker. And I'm like, nope, Tommy was a drug dealer. You can't tell me otherwise. But anyways, so I'm in a healthcare and stressed about the virus. I haven't been in the mood for sex. I've been the only one who has been needing to leave the house for work. When we have sex, he can be aggressive and I don't like it. When I refuse sex, he gets upset with me. I just feel extremely lonely. When I confront him, he will laugh and make jokes. I saw his recent internet history and that he is a fan of... Oh, wow. So yeah, usually when you search a person's internet history, they got some crazy things. I don't even really know how to describe it. He's a fan of certain videos that have to do with a person's their butt. But it's you better know what I'm talking about. If not, then you are just lost. But I'm so tired of his jokes and his advance for this particular activity that involves butts. But I feel like there is no part of this marriage that is supporting me right now through this pandemic. I am terrified for myself and my loved ones. I'm around it every day. I really need some motivation to make it through work today. I am ashamed to tell friends and family, especially since most of them are distant. I have fear of contracting the virus since I work in the healthcare. I can't tell him my fear because he just gets irritated with my anxiety. I can't leave now because I put my family at risk if I lived with it. It just amazes me that while I'm out exposing myself to help others during the crisis, my husband thinks he can lie and hide his money, and then engage in an activity to the certain butt videos. And wow, like that is, like, and she's okay with that. I feel like, I don't know, like, if I was a woman, like, I don't even know how I would feel about something like that. That's somewhere I'm like, man, it's like, that's some wild stuff. That's some really wild stuff. And then gets mad at me when I get home from a stressful day because I'm not in the mood or I don't want to be on top. You know, I definitely would check him, let him know. Like, I feel like, because that's what it is. It's like, you need to raise your voice at him and let him know you are being serious. It's still early on in the marriage, but I don't know how long you guys have been together, but I would check him on the stuff he does. It's like not building up your guys' savings just so he can spend his money on random stuff is not cool. It's like, and how old are they again? I think it's like late 20s. Yeah, they're like late 20s. It's like, oh, it's not cool. Like, do that at a young age, but as you get older, it needs to stop. And he needs to be a little bit more caring. Comments, send now. Yeah. Get to this next one. Boyfriend doesn't want me to post provocative pictures on Instagram, but follows Instagram models who post even worse. Okay, so we have been dating for around 5 months, and I post pictures of myself in lingerie, bodysuits. He expressed that he feels uncomfortable with me posting pictures like that, so I took it down. For me, my relationship is more important. I do not care at all about removing them if it makes him uncomfortable. Now, recently, I've noticed he follows girls from TikTok on Instagram that post very provocative pictures, even the exact the same lingerie and bodysuit things, which he asked me to take down. Just very attractive girls in lingerie and bikinis, and some are not too well known, less than 1,000 followers. It makes me uncomfortable that he feels that he doesn't want men to look at me just the same exact way he looks at these girls. Should I mention this to him or just let it be? Edit, just to clarify, I am not a porn star, and the lingerie pictures is posted on my Finsta, mainly girls and like 4 guys. Let him know how that makes you feel, and he should understand since he had the same feelings you have. Like, that's not fair that you had to do something and he doesn't. Like, me overall, like, recently I unfollowed like a lot of Instagram models. It just, after a while, it just kind of gets, boring. I'm like, dang, do y'all ever put on like some freaking baggy sweats and just be chilling in the house playing video games or doing something? Like, you guys are like, even during this like whole coronavirus situation, like there's still girls that's like been on there posting like beach photos and things. I'm like, who else is like that? This has to be old. This has to be old. Like, I'm like, after a while, I'm like, dang, y'all need to post like some freaking no makeup like photos and stuff. That's what I'm like. I gotta get to a point. I'm like, man, this is annoying. I'm like, y'all need to just live like normal lives. Like, it gets to a point where I'm like, dang, y'all ain't. This is all you guys gotta do. Like, what are you gaining from this? But it's like, so I was like, I said, that's not fair that you had to do something and he doesn't. Comment, send. Did it comment? It commented. Cool. So, anyways, I will talk to you guys later. This has been another relationship advice episode, and this has been another episode of the TMossBoss Show. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. And if you're purchasing tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. And in that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching and or listening, and peace.